I got drinks in here.
I can actually drink a seltzer because there's no car.
Midwest SBL, louder than ever, bringing you the fire. It's DJ Rusticles.
We're gonna have to show off your haircut, man. All the mics are on. I don't even
should have heard
whatever. Guys, want to get your headphones on? Look at that shit. There you go. It's this camera right here. I'm in the cinema. I'm in the cinema.
Hey, go ahead and pull it off the ear a little
Howdy.
bit.
All right.
Okay.
Who
Hey,
you talking
JP,
about?
you don't need headphones. We're in the same room.
Who, me?
I didn't know.
I'm allowed to yell. It's my fucking show, Stevie.
All right, there's no light on this one, so
I've never figured
There's
that
no
out.
lights. These are all new mics.
okay. So we
All new mics.
talk straight
We
into the
can-
end.
We can hear you loud and clear. You talk straight into the top like a regular microphone.
Before
Talking
it
to the
got
top like a
confusing.
penis.
Sometimes you had to go left, sometimes right, sometimes
Makes you
down
feel
the
official.
center.
There's no red light.
okay.
You just talk. I got
No
cheap
red
regular
light,
microphones because nobody knew how to
special.
talk into the damn mics last time.
Hey, send me a link so I can share it real quick. Get
I just
everybody
shared
up
it and I tagged you in it.
Okay.
Ooh. Share that one. Bam. So we got a couple guests. People are starting to roll in. We're getting things ready for the Sundown show. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm going to sound a little funny. I'm going to let these guys do the talking most of the time during the show tonight. We got Ethan from the Amp
You can't
Lab.
say that.
Okay. I got Ethan from the Amp Lab over here, and we've got JP over here from Down for Sound, and we're going to have a good time. It's been like almost a month since we've done our show.
Yep.
We've been so damn busy. But I figured we'd do something live real quick. We're getting things ready for our show, which is going to be August 14th here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. It's only a couple miles down the road from where our shop is. And Derek, you want to talk a little bit about that? What have you guys been up to all day?
Let's start with It's Sundown Show 2021.
Right.
And since I don't know, so many people have trouble with where it's at and when it's at. Like it's Saturday, like literally in 2 days,
Right.
August 14th, Hickory Motor Speedway, Hickory, North Carolina. You just type it into any Google or Maps or anything, it's going to take you there.
Hickory.
It will be there. I share the event page everywhere, and people are like, "Hey, what show is this?" Like, this is literally the
How?
event page. It says when it's where it's all that's event.
Right.
It's here. So
I
that's
don't know
all
what
the
else.
info
I don't
about it.
know how else we need to promote. I mean, you're on Instagram with it. I see that.
That's why all the tags I've been doing all week, I spell everything out.
I
There's
only
links.
use Facebook mostly.
I use links to the show page, links to the speedway. I put all the details, like the day, the date,
Right.
the times. It's all there.
Well, August 14th. It's in 2 days,
2
guys.
days.
It's $25 to bring your car in, $5 a person for any additional person
Yep.
outside the vehicle.
Yeah, basically, if you're just walking in, it's only you can park outside for free. $5 to walk through the gate. So if you don't have to have your car inside, $5. It's still cheap.
Yeah, for any vendors that are watching, $25 to bring you and your vehicle in, and you just set up an hour before, which is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, all vendors that have contacted me, they're all on the list. So vendors and judges get in at 8. Public, the gates opens at 9 a.m. to the public.
I will say
Show
this.
lasts
and
till 6.
I think we've talked about this last year and the year before. If you're a spectator or if you're not a vendor, stay to the right hand side. If you're a vendor, stay to the left hand side because we'll swing those people on the left in first.
Yeah, I've tried to express it to every vendor, like get there early.
Yeah.
Get there early to get in
Oh,
before
dude.
that rush blocks the
That
gate.
road gets packed. It's
Yeah.
like a mile down the road.
Yeah, it was so bad
Back
last
it
year.
up.
Not just in the parking lot of the Speedway, but like Highway 70 going both ways.
Yeah.
It was gridlocked
That's
going
wild.
both directions,
Straight locked
and
up.
it was like that like up to lunchtime. Like it was for hours. It was locked up.
Yeah.
They're just saying this is a really big deal.
It's a big show.
Really big deal.
It's a big one.
I
I'll tell
don't
you that.
travel all the way across the country for a small
It's
deal.
true.
The biggest deal of all time.
You
That's
like
why
the
they
small
call me
ones.
Big Deal Billy.
Like
By the way,
one big change this year: trailer parking has to go outside. So if you're a vendor and you have to have the trailer in your booth, you're cool. I've already spoke to all you guys, but if you're just towing something in, you can bring your trailer in, drop the vehicle off, take the trailer right back outside the gate, and drop it out there. We're just trying to make as much room as possible because we got packed last year.
We don't
If it-
need it.
oh,
If
was
it
packed.
is possible to drive your vehicle in and leave the trailer out without coming in, that's even better because
Oh, yeah, it'd
sometimes
be-
it's a
yeah, it'd be
pain in
way
the ass
easier.
To get out
yeah,
there.
to get to because there's only one way in, one way out.
Correct.
To
I'm gonna try and make sure this year they kind of did it last year, but I'm gonna make sure they're not. So in the past they were bringing people right up to that entrance, so it blocked it
Yeah,
and
bring it
checking
back a
people
little
in.
bit, yeah.
So last year they tried to set up 2 lanes back away from the main entrance. So if somebody had to get back out, the entrance was clear.
Right.
And I'm bless the track. They're trying.
They're good folks.
but they're not real good with this type of traffic coming
Right.
through. Cause,
in and out.
Yeah, well,
because most of their stuff are races, you know.
correct.
And there's not that many people that go in and out of the track.
Yeah, they get more people there. Hickory Motor Speedway, it's a good sized track, and it's an old track. It's a
Right.
really old, really popular track.
It's one of the first
But
NASCAR
our-
tracks.
Yeah, our
Legit
show is
NASCAR
the
track.
second most popular event they have there. Aside from all their races, like we bring in more people and more stuff for them than all their races.
Yeah.
There's only one show that's bigger than ours, and that's Nights of Destruction. But they don't
Yeah.
have to deal with cars getting in and out
Oh,
for
that's
Nights of
an awesome
Destruction. It's
show.
just the spectators walking in. So our show is the only one they have these kind of issues with the traffic flow.
Yeah, we had we went out to it was the Nights of Destruction. It was like a month or two ago. Monster trucks and shit. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's always a good show.
Haven't seen monster trucks in years, and I brought my kids, and we had a good time. And you're right, it's packed there, but they don't have the car traffic going in and out of there. There's plenty of parking, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Parking. It was actually a bitch getting out of there that night, but we had a
Yep.
good time.
We got more judges than ever, more organizations
Yeah.
coming. We've added
There's
Base
what, five
Wars.
or six.
Oh, I didn't even count it.
Well, let's count them.
New ones. Oh,
You're about
do it.
to.
DB Drag, Iasca, Mecca, ISPLL, Base Outlaws is going to be there. Southeastern SPL is going to be there. Which other one did I just say? Base Wars, NSPL is coming back this year. I'm at 8. I feel like I'm missing somebody,
I
but
think that's it, dude. I think that's it. You did Iasca and Mecca and
Yeah.
DB Drag.
yep, all the main
Big
top really really popular orgs, everybody, even the less popular ones that some people haven't heard of, they're going to be there
Right.
offering some different things to do.
Well, shit.
All
Also,
right, I'm gonna answer a question.
all right, go ahead.
Steven Knutson. No update. Sorry, bro. I'm trying my best.
what is up with that, by the way?
I'm trying to.
Two years.
I'm trying to make it in America, so nothing's happening.
Ain't nobody working.
That's basically the.
Everybody was working on it. Is on that unemployment.
That's the long and the short. They're not. They're just slow.
See that right?
So I'm actually might end up having to take the project back overseas.
Well,
I'm not buying it. It's
Well,
horrible
China.
if it's from China.
China.
well, hopefully something comes up because we got the 15 done. I guess they're working on the other
Well, it was
sizes,
done
or-
ish, but it wasn't
Ish.
the mold wasn't pressed to the exact spec either.
Right.
So we actually changed the drawing, and they were like, "Oh, we still can't press that." And I'm like, "Well, then what the fuck can you press, man?"
Well,
Because it doesn't work if it's not perfect.
Right. Well, that's true. And it was different thicknesses throughout the roll, I believe.
No, the
too.
thickness of the foam is the exact same. That's critical. But the rolls are all different sizes. None of them are the same size.
Right. Well, shit.
No
Well, hey,
rolls.
Ethan's here. We should say hi to Ethan. Let's put the camera
Hi,
on you,
Ethan.
buddy. How's your trip?
It was good. A lot better flying than driving.
Get into
Never
that
driving
mic.
Again.
I want to know why Stevie looks like a stunt double for Ethan in a movie.
This is true. You guys, you bros should work out together. You do work out a bunch, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do a bunch of mountain hiking and shit like that. It's
Yeah,
your thing.
I hike a ton and I work out.
You're always taking
5 days a
pictures.
week.
By the way, how come Troy's never here? Troy never comes. He came 1 year, I think.
He was really considering it. Just
Tell him to fly his ass down here because he's always flying his little whatever that thing's prop plane
paramotor
thing.
down here, yeah.
Yeah. What is that he does? I forget.
Yeah, it's paramotoring.
Paramotoring.
So it's a big fan and a parachute, essentially.
Yeah,
or a
that's
glider.
pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
How far can those travel?
Couple
I
hundred
think he
miles
can
or
go. Well, he's only can carry like an hour's worth of gas with him on it. So I guess if you could get more gas cans with you,
You're filling that
fly
bitch
on
up.
something. While you're flying, like,
they can go up. They can go up to like 18,000 feet though.
with
Too bad-
oxygen.
Okay.
Too
Yeah,
bad he's
oxygen.
not going from west to east. He just follow the jet stream, you know?
What's up Wednesday?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
sounds
Joey
like
Crane and Wednesday and everybody here?
No, it's Thursday.
Yeah, they made it, I believe.
They're on this thing. I'm not even paying attention to people talking to us. I thought they just rolled in or something.
No, sir.
So how's the Amp Lab doing? You guys are growing, aren't you?
Yeah.
You
super busy.
just bought your building you're in, right?
Yeah, we finally did.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, really exciting.
That set you back, huh?
Yeah. A good bit.
Yeah.
Don't be scared, man. Put the numbers out
Put
there.
them numbers out there. We know you're doing good. We know you're kicking ass.
Trying to.
Couple of bills.
Yeah, you have more employees and shit now too, don't you?
Yeah, we're up to 6 of us there now, and we're going to be
You,
hiring.
you guys do installs. It's install shop, and you have the Amp Lab at the same
exactly,
thing, right?
yeah. And we just took over the other local install shop, so
You could say it's their main business.
Haha.
so the other one, the only other place really within like 50 miles in any direction, we just took them over. So we have a
Nice.
even crazier busy than we already were.
And you guys get real big during remote start season, right?
Tons and tons of remote.
It's cold
starts.
shit up there, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, dear day.
Bump you up because you're not talking to the mic hard enough.
You gotta put it all in your mouth. Yeah, like
Say it
that.
with your chest.
Gotta be in it.
With one hand too.
So how's your business in general growing with our products and people buying our products, Sundown products?
I mean, I more products sell, more products break,
Right.
more to repair. I mean,
Oh, I mean,
we've added more.
Don't
That's-
bring that one up.
no. I mean,
It's volume. I
Damn,
mean,
yeah,
Sundown
we're
amps
just
are
selling that
horrible.
much more shit.
a
and there's
$1,000
that-
a month.
and there's that much more shit that comes in, so you buy that product.
there's just
you
more.
you can't keep up with the amount of stuff we're bringing in.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd expect more amps to be blown if you're selling a ton more.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
you notice
crazy.
the rumor just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
Like every time somebody spreads this rumor, the number goes up and up. Is
The
like
one that's blowing me
It's on
away
the
is the
same
salt amps
trajectory.
because I want to know where all these blown salt amps are going because I'm not getting any of them.
Yeah,
unless-
exactly.
Unless you're sending them somewhere else that I don't know
We
about.
are not
I'm
doing that, no.
I'm not getting any salt amps. So.
no, there's like 5,000 in a back corner somewhere. We're just hiding them because we don't want people to know about.
I just
They're
I
not
bought a
here.
backhoe just to bury them in the back with all the with all the old copies of the ET game for Atari.
Right.
So then you have like a salt mine.
Yep, exactly.
I'll switch over to JP for a second. JP, how are things going for your Down for Sound?
Oh man, I got a Bitcoin alert.
All right,
Went down
that's
a
awesome.
bit, but it's
Awesome.
better than it
Nice.
was.
Nice.
What was he saying?
I was just asking how things are going for you.
Amazing.
Since the last time you were here, I believe you bought a new building, or not, or you got a bigger
Don't
place.
put that juju on me, man. I'm buying stuff. Yeah, I got a bigger spot. So we had moved out of the other location What camera am I on?
You're on this one right here.
Oh, okay. So I moved out of the other location that we were in for a year and a half-ish, something like that. It was 7,500 square feet. And we ended up finding a place across the street, luckily, that is 30,000 square feet. And we racked it out and also added another row of racking at the top.
It's right across the street from where
like
you were
less,
before.
it's like 0.3 mile.
That's not bad at
So
all.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure it's
I was
still a
pumped.
bitch to move, though. We've been through
for
that
sure.
enough.
Yeah, even if it is a short distance, it's just a pain in the kneecap.
How long was your transition from one building to the other?
We, you know me, man.
It was fast.
Like a couple of weeks or something.
Right.
Like we were,
Took us
we just
months.
made up my mind. Yeah, I'm like, hey, we gotta have all this stuff moved by this.
We
time.
always decide to get these buildings that are, like haven't been used in like 5 years. We have to like rewire the fucking building before
get
we
it up
go in.
and going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it takes months for us, you know.
It was a task.
Yeah. Let's say, do you have more office space?
Yeah. So, it went up. I guess the same percentage of office that's usually in a warehouse. I don't know if it's less than 10%. Like most of it is warehouse, obviously.
Mhm.
But we went from, I think we had 4 maybe.
Yeah, it was a
When we were
pretty
at the
small
other
office
place.
before.
Yeah, they were super cramped, but not that many people in the Down for Sound like building anyway.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just like
yeah.
doing operations and stuff. But we're approaching like 10 people
Right.
on like payroll now. So, well, I mean, just in
Hell
at,
yeah.
At
You,
the
you
Las
get
Vegas
nervous
location.
as you're hiring more people. Do you get like a sense of nervousness that you're like, shit, I have to take care of these people now? You know,
Yeah,
how,
there's
how do
a-
you how does that make you feel?
I actually like just had a
Jake's over here. Yeah,
It's like the most stressful part of it,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, it is in a way. Like I just had this. Like I also just hired like a videographer that like
Right.
follows me around.
Oh,
to
yeah,
car
that
shows
guy.
and stuff.
Yeah, he's,
cool.
he's cool dude. It was like no, he's not
Kevin.
Kyle. Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, super cool. But like obviously, as a business grows, you feel these pains that are taking a lot of time from you, and you have to find
Yeah.
people to do
Yeah.
those tasks that
Yeah.
really love doing them. So
Absolutely.
YouTube has been something that's been very important to my growth and success. So I'm like, I need to keep this going. But
Right.
I've never been good at like making YouTube videos or editing YouTube videos.
Right.
They were just really,
It's a whole nother talent.
yeah. It's just like they were really
It's very time
dry.
consuming.
Like I mean, I could cut and paste like and like do a little transition, but that's about it. Like these other people, like they'll have
I'm the
lens
same.
flares.
Yeah, I'm
Derek's
the same
never his
way.
mom. Derek don't edit
My-
shit.
Yeah, that's
There's yeah.
Yeah.
I got so tired because I would shoot some videos here. Like I would stay late after work, be here 2 or 3 hours shooting videos, get home, and then spend another
4
3
hours.
4 hours editing.
Yeah.
So like I'm
Exactly.
getting home and I'm not going to bed till after midnight, just trying to shoot and edit videos. And I was doing that almost daily. And then I went, yeah, I gotta stop.
There's other
this.
things to do after midnight, Derek.
Yeah, most of the videos I started shooting, it was almost like I went live, but I just recorded them and then uploaded them later. It's like I'm not doing any editing anymore. Maybe one day I'll get JP size. I'll hire a guy to follow me around.
That's really what I mean. The problem that I noticed was like I got complacent in like my YouTube channel whatsoever, and
Yeah.
I was just so focused on. Down
I remember
for
that
Sound.
for a while. Like there wasn't a lot of content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
we
doing,
had this
like-
whole conversation a few years back. Talking
Right.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so I would go look at my YouTube channel. I mean, people would be commenting, "When are you gonna do another video? When are you gonna do another video?" And I'd go look, and it's been like a month since my
Yeah.
last video. I'm
Oh, I
like,
understand
You
that.
have over
Hey.
400,000 followers. and you-
Good luck, Hinesville
I'm in that
base.
same rut.
Yeah,
I couldn't
so-
tell you the last video I uploaded because
so-
Well-
basically things get so busy here, and then where I used to
Yeah.
stay after work, and the end of the day comes, I'm like, man, I'm going home.
right.
I don't
Seriously.
feel like doing nothing.
It's so hard to get a show together, to get enough people on the show, for people to stay around and stick around, because nobody wants to stay at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I would love to do this show at 8 o'clock at night live, because that's when everybody's home.
Yeah.
That's when I get the most viewers at the right time. But nobody wants to stay here late enough, including myself.
You know, all of
Yeah.
us, most of us in this room have kids or grandkids.
Right. I want to go home and eat.
Thanks a lot, Jake.
Congratulations to Derek. He is now a grandfather again.
Again.
Yeah. Good job, buddy. And you have a boy now, and is that your house, right?
Yeah, I finally got another boy in the house.
Hell yeah.
The only other boy in the house, other than your dog, right?
Yeah, my dog,
Your
he lives
dog.
outside.
So it's the only boy you have in your house. Actually,
Derek looks damn good for a grandpa. Everybody give him a round of applause here.
Yes. By the way, everybody look at JP's hair. Show that shit off to this camera right here.
I thought you already showed it.
Yeah, but we had the music going. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That's dedication to his own company there.
Who's the guy that did that for you, JP?
Yeah.
The
Everybody
haircut guy?
assumed that he was black. They're like, well, I know you went to a black bar to get that. I was like, actually, it was Mexican. They're
Well-
like, what? He did a damn good job.
You know, the best haircut I ever got was from a Mexican guy.
I
But
go
like,
to him
I
every
can't
week.
go there by myself because I don't know how to explain. I don't know the words that have to do with haircuts, so I have to make sure the mirror's with me for that. I don't know those vocabulary words.
Hey, look at there, Nayeli. Shout out to Nayeli. She's my
Where's she at? Hey, what
in,
up?
in Vegas. She's my front office manager.
Yo,
rock
Nayeli.
star.
Oh yeah, that's
Awesome.
right. You were talking about her.
Yeah, she's great. Appreciate you.
Well,
She
thank
actually
you.
just went and
Thanks you for
rescued
kicking
some
ass.
Amps that I had like air freighted.
What
from
was
Korea.
that? Who?
It
All
was a
right.
disaster.
I want to hear the story about the sex toy operation having our products.
Yeah, was that something I shipped out there? That load of amps? Like, where all that?
No, it was from TWH. It was from the wholesale house.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what? Where did this come from? What's going on?
All right, so
Yeah.
you purchased some
Because
products from
you
the
know,
wholesale house
things
to,
like
to
that
get
concern
to
me.
you,
Yeah.
Coming over.
and I guess the freight company accidentally dropped it off at a different location.
Yeah.
And tell us about this location.
So
For-
yeah,
for people that haven't
funny
heard that.
story. Funny, Nayeli, like as soon as I walked back into the office, she was like laughing and giggling. And I'm like, "What's so funny? I read your status." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, I go. One of my guys, I think it was Nick. He came and found me. He's like, "Hey, there's you have a pallet at another place that you need to go pick up. It was supposed to be delivered to us." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I call them and they say I can come grab it. So I go over there. And I back up in the door to their warehouse, and I'm like, we're getting it loaded in there. And I'm looking around, just being nosy. I'm curious, and when I go into different businesses, I love
Yeah.
seeing how businesses operate and everything
Yeah.
like that. It's cool to me. So I'm like looking around, like oh, there's like in my warehouse, you have like all these different brands of car audio that you can see clearly what it is. And so I asked the guy there. He's an older guy, probably
Oh, he's
late
been in the game
50s
for
or
a while.
60s, yeah. I'm like, hey, what do y'all sell and distribute here? And he's like, he just looks me dead in the eye. He's like, any and every sex toy for mankind and womankind that you could imagine. I'm like, ha ha ha. Like, I'm just like giggle or whatever. He's like, no, really. I'm like, you got to be shitting me, man. Like this, there's no way. And he points across the warehouse at this table. I guess it was their packing table or something. And I mean, it was a good distance from where I was standing. So I look and I'm like, oh, it's a like black baseball, like a little baseball bat over there. It's like this long. And then I like squint and I'm like, holy shit! Like
That ain't a baseball bat.
That's
The
not a
Master
baseball.
Master Fister 5000.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I just had a little bit of red face.
Was it a fist?
No, it was a
a
donger.
dong?
Yeah, it
Oh.
was, I'm like,
So
Where's the
did you
golden
get?
one?
So did you get a tour?
right?
They
Yeah,
show-
I'm
they show you around?
I'm like, I
Hey,
gotta go,
was
man.
that down for dicks?
right? Exactly. That's a new operation, right?
Speaking of which, where is the golden one?
It's up there. It's behind some shit.
But yeah, that was
It's on the right.
that was a man. What a day! Like you never know where you're gonna walk into.
That's
And I-
awesome.
That's a
Definitely
surprisingly big business, though.
Oh yeah, they say it's.
Yeah, it was nice of them enough
Billions.
to
Yeah, this
billions
is a
and
multi-billion-dollar.
billions.
nice
be our
enough
new
of them to
venture.
at least give you a call, like, hey,
saying.
your shit's here.
Sundown Audio
Right?
and
They
dildos.
could have been like, oh, nobody got this.
We have the highest excursion product on the market.
For sure. That was a. I don't know. Definitely. I can't even think of the words to describe it. It was so unique.
It was
Did you make any
interesting.
purchases while you were over there?
Right? That's what Jeff's like, what'd you pick up? I'm like, jeez.
That was funny that she said that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I laughed.
That means he brought something home.
Right.
We know he did. He brought
Like,
something home.
this little thing isn't working anymore. I gotta like bring something like
Like, is there a testing room?
this. Right?
They probably have a product of the same name at that warehouse too, JP.
Right? Like, oh yeah.
What's that? What are you
Fighting
drinking?
cock.
That's the fighting cock.
What is that? Like a whiskey of some
It's a
sort?
whiskey, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it in West Virginia at a liquor store, and I had to buy it for Thomas.
Yeah, I had some. Was it yesterday? It's pretty rough.
It'll get you. That'll put some hair in your chest.
Well, actually, you know what, JP, you mind pour me a little snort of that, if you don't mind. I need
I'm
to clear
the
my
best snort puller.
clear my sinuses just a tad here. I got a little something. I know. There's a little.
It should fit.
I don't want all of it, dude. No, just a snort. You know what
I
a
don't know if
snort
I've-
is?
I don't know if I missed
No, you
any
gotta do
questions.
like 2 fingers. Do up the first line down there.
Yeah. Hey, I don't
2
need
fingers
much.
this way.
Oh.
He ain't
measure.
cooking rice.
That's how you measure shots.
That's
2 fingers.
more
3
than
fingers.
enough, JP. Thank you.
Oh, that'll do it.
That's
What?
that's
JP
way
is
more than
JP. You're
enough.
going to be my
You got big
bartender from.
fingers. You got big fingers.
You're going to be my bartender from
Thanks
now
a
on.
bunch, buddy. Cheers to everybody watching. By the way, for those that are just coming in, the Sundown show is August 14th. That's 2 days from now. Okay.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Hickory Motor Speedway.
Starts at 9 o'clock. Vendors 8 o'clock
Yeah, that's 9 a.m.
in the morning. Yes. I don't know why anybody would start one at nighttime.
Sometimes you got to be specific.
I'll be a little late.
Yeah. Hickory Motor. Well,
But I'll be
you're
there.
never there on time, Jake.
Well,
Never.
I have to go buy some steaks at the farm in Mooresville,
He has
What-
to. Life
Okay.
ending.
Whatever.
and I have to go to my doctor, which is like in Mooresville too. So,
So you'll be there at like 1 o'clock, maybe.
no, probably like 10 or 11.
When it gets hot. It's gonna be hot, so bring your
Bring your white T-shirts.
bring things. We are gonna be selling some show shirts.
Yes.
How much?
And
are they?
also straw hats
First time
at
ever.
the Down for Sound booth.
We have
In
a
Sundown booth.
specific Sundown Show T-shirt
Look.
available in gray and black.
Ours are cheaper.
$25.
Oh yeah. No, 20.
Alternate,
All tees are $20.
Nice.
Yeah.
alternate universe. Brian Chamberlain's going to be there.
Hell yeah.
See,
We have to take a picture.
Byron Chamberlain.
Yeah, we have to take a picture, Byron.
He's here, isn't he? Here in
I
Hickory.
think
he
I
posted
think he-
last night. He's here.
I think he's in town. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the show's August 14th. We got a show shirt. It's going to be hot. You know, wear your clothing accordingly, which is probably nothing because it's going to be so hot. So just be naked.
Brian's going to be there shirtless.
We have a ton of merch.
I
A
might-
bunch of new shirt designs.
I might
we got
wear,
the
You
the
should
new
do
embroidered
ice
hat.
buckets
I
there,
might
man,
tank
at
top
a
it tomorrow with my fat ass.
Ice buckets at a super hot show.
That'd be cool.
We we tried
Cool
we did the
like that.
dunk tank that one year and we tried to bring it back. I think it was last year we tried to bring it back, but there was some issue with it and then we couldn't do it again and we just haven't tried.
So
since.
I got in a dunk tank after Jimmy did, which was a mistake.
Oh no,
And-
it's like
Yeah.
that, like a
He left
Nickelodeon
a-
sliming.
He left
Yeah.
a film.
It was rough.
There was just an oil slick
But
across
you know
the
what?
top.
I didn't care because it cooled
That
me
was
down.
cool.
So, yes, it would be nice. Byron's in Charlotte right now. Gotta pick up some peoples.
Hell yeah, man. We'll see you there.
Hell yeah,
But
Byron.
if anybody out there, if y'all got some ideas, some stuff y'all want to see us do at the show, let us know. This year we kind of slimmed back a little bit. I didn't do anything special. You know, like last year we did the train,
Oh,
which I
yeah,
thought
the
was kind of
train.
cool. The train, but then it like broke down, and he had to like it got a flat tire, and then it broke, and he like dumped a car off on the side of the track, and he finally he got down to like just it was just the engine and one cart. He's just dragging it around.
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah. You know, we had the train, we did the cooling tent. You know, we've tried to do some
Yeah.
different stuff, and I don't know. I've been trying to switch up some different ideas each
People
year.
did like the cooling tent idea. I thought that was a good idea. So we don't have that this year?
Yeah, there's no cooling tent this year.
I think it crept up on us a little too fast, honestly.
It just came to my mind.
Yeah, I gotta get it checked.
We just were so busy, we forgot about doing certain things.
Yeah, time. Unlike last year where time went at like -10 speed.
Right.
This year it's like 100 times. Like, it's just bam, bam, bam.
Masks are optional. Are they going to, is the track going to make people
No.
do a thing, disclaimer, or whatever hell it is?
So yeah, you
Track,
do,
no.
you do. Well, you got to sign the waiver. There's still a
Yeah.
waiver for everybody to get in. It's just
Okay,
quick,
still
come
a
up,
waiver.
bam, bam, sign it.
Okay.
Keep rolling. That's
read it.
normal. There should be a minimum 2 lines getting into the track to help speed things up.
They did not make us sign it when I went to Nights of Destruction. There was no waiver.
Because if
It's
you're in
'cause
the
you weren't
crowd,
driving in.
But if you drive into the infield,
Right.
you have to sign a waiver.
That's where all the Corona gathers.
Monster
It's
trucks.
well, no, they did this
Only the
before
inside.
before
Only
that
after 10.
because
Only after 10.
if you're driving in, there's the potential for some kind of accident to go on, and you can't hold the track liable for if you do something stupid with your car. Which we only had. We had the one guy, one of the first or second year we did it, and the
Trying
guy
to do a
got
damn
drunk and
burnout.
tried to go for a lap
Oh.
at the end of the show, and it's like that dude was trying to do 100 mile an hour in like his Taurus. Like, bro, what are you
So
doing?
2 years ago, I drove my car in the track, and I did a lap. Because, you know, when we first go in, you can kind of go around if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So I did, and I went a little faster than I should have. And there was a dude on like a tractor. I guess he's like the main dude there. He's the track guy.
Dude.
He was just doing this the whole time, just pissed off. Whatever.
Brian's
And
like, oh,
and
he's
So
rooting
driving
me on.
driving around the track is cool. Like, we encourage it. Come in, man. Take a
Do a
lap,
lap.
but don't try to do it at 100 mile an hour. Like,
Well, there was
Yeah.
it was just us. There was nobody there. We were setting up. I was like, I'm gonna go a little faster than I should.
yeah. Well,
I didn't realize how bumpy that track was.
Somebody thinks they're a race car driver until they get on a legit track. And you don't realize
Yeah.
what that bank's like or what your stock vehicle off the
Right.
You know, like, you don't get out there in your Tahoe and think you're going to take these curves like that. They just won't do it like the legit cars will.
I'm going to find out
just
this
tip
year.
it over. Yeah, that track is bumpy. They need to. I don't know. I guess
It's an old school track.
people race that like every other weekend. Man, they're out there racing.
Oh, they're out there
Yeah, they're out
every
there
day,
almost every
testing
weekend across the
tune
summer.
and like they're out there every day doing something.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows that they do with that track because it's one of the oldest NASCAR tracks out there. One of the first.
Yeah, it's actually it's a decent size. It's a really, really popular track. It's weird that still even coming across people that haven't heard of Hickory, North Carolina, like where are you from? What rock are
Right.
you under? You haven't heard of Hickory?
Hickory.
I guess
John Reap's out there all the
Yeah,
time.
nobody knows who John Reap is.
Yeah. He's out there all the time. Actually, he's like part of the track now because he goes out there like every weekend when he's not on tour, which he's on tour right now. So I'm going to get him on the show one of these days. He'll make
That'd
it
be
fun.
cool. You know,
Does
we were-
anybody
we,
have a question too? Like, I feel like the chat. Were we in here too early or something? I feel
It
like
is
the last
early.
time we
It
were in
is
here,
early.
we were
it's,
like
it's just now after 5.
we were hyping up.
Got some
Yeah.
people getting off work now.
Yeah, if you
At
got some
least we got
questions
Joe.
we got Ethan from the Amp Lab over here. We got JP from Down for Sound over here. You
I
some
got a question
questions?
for Ethan.
Go for it.
What are the part shortages like right now for the electronic parts?
Yeah, everything's got a shortage on it right now. So some of the stuff I'm having to do, like I actually deal with Xenon quite a bit because they'll get me a lot of like proprietary parts and stuff. If people listening don't know who Xenon is, they're a big amp manufacturer that a lot of companies use. So they'll have massive stocks and they'll let me get some of their parts. But yeah, a ton of stuff I just can't get. Like there are amps I just cannot do right now because I can't get parts. They're just sitting there.
Yeah, I know y'all had a kind of funny post you put up like, hey guys, take care of your amps because if you blow them, we can't fix them because of
Yeah.
part shortages.
Yeah, honestly.
You're trying to come to us to try to get some parts for you, and even we were having that problem, obviously. you
Yeah,
know?
I've been going everywhere, trying to go through Sundown, going through Xenon, anyone I can try to get parts through because anyone that's got any just like laying around, I'm trying to get because of
Yeah, you know we went through that ourselves with trying to provide parts for the build houses, and Jake's literally sourcing them from around the world.
Yeah,
we
Jake-
even had to go through the loop-de-loop where Jake had to order parts from China, express them here to
Send
ship
them
them
back
back
to
to China to the build house, like
Yeah.
just to keep things rolling.
And we found out some of the parts that we ordered were like counterfeit parts.
Yeah.
They weren't even real.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
And we were fortunate. We were able to, it was caught and stopped and got that fixed.
So
Right.
for one example, the new Saya amps, at least the 3Ks, it's the only one, or 3500s, the only ones I've looked at yet. They use a driver that I cannot get. There's no stock anywhere in the U.S. I can't get the part. So I had to go through another repair tech that got them through a manufacturer that he works with that uses those parts. So it's quite a struggle to get anything right now.
Is that the current regulation chip? Is that the one?
No, it's just a driver. It just drives the output FETs.
The driver cards, the little cards.
It's just a teeny driver IC.
Yeah, they don't have a
Okay.
card in these. It's just on the board.
Right.
And
So, and it's not even what generates the drive signal. It's like a buffer transistor. It's in between the driver IC and the output FET.
I'm gonna answer a question from Chevy. He asks if you could just walk up to somebody who and get a demo. That's pretty much the etiquette, yes.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
if you see somebody demoing, you'll notice usually if it's a big guy, they're gonna have they'll have lines outside their vehicle. So just get in line and go ahead and wait your turn. If you see somebody and you see somebody in their car and they're demoing,
with your hands
step
up
up to them.
Yeah, it's usually best just to be forward about things. Like
Yeah.
you see a vehicle, check it out, take
That's
the
why
pictures.
they're there.
If somebody's there, like, hey, who owns this? Hey,
They're
is this
there-
yours?
they're there
Like,
to
ask
show-
them questions. Just do it.
They're
Just-
not going to
just
drive
dive
their
in.
car in for no reason. They're there to show off what they got. So go ahead.
I want to
I-
sit in your
yeah,
seat.
In my experience, everybody that's there to demo, that's what they want to do. They want to show it off to everybody. So
Exactly.
There's never any
at that.
hostility, nothing to worry about, anything like
We
that.
got a
No.
comment on the BPS already. Hell yeah.
Got the new BPS 6.5 on the hard.
Hey, we need to call Dante about that.
Chevy's our guinea pig right now.
Do we have enough? Do we have any more?
Oh, yeah.
BPS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a bunch.
Hey, let's get up with Dante Freeman because he had the E's and he popped them because he wanted them louder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I should write that down
Yeah, we need to get up with him.
somehow.
Just
He's
send-
a guy I
send
went to high
yourself an
school
email.
with, and like he's been like he likes to buy stuff from us because I went to school with him. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. The Freeman, they own that towing company, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, his cousin owns a different towing company, and then I think he started his own. And then their uncle
Gotcha.
used to own the only stereo shop in Statesville before he passed.
Oh, yeah. I used to
Yeah.
hang out with those guys.
Yeah, so we have several motorcycle. I think they're mainly motorcycle, but several vendors that are primarily in the motorcycle audio
that's cool.
I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Scene.
Power sports scene.
There's
Yeah.
Southern Cycle. out of Georgia.
Several of those vendors are coming. We have more vendors this year at the show than any year in the past.
Right.
Way more. A
Has
ton of
anybody
people
heard
coming.
from Kicker? Are they coming or no?
No, Kicker's not
I
coming
do
until
not believe they're
COVID
coming.
settles down.
Because
Yeah.
it was
They,
like hit or miss. They were like, yeah,
They
maybe.
made that announcement that
Yeah.
they don't want to be any part of this, and with the Kicker name and COVID and stuff.
Yeah. I understand.
They're a little bigger than us. They can, yeah, a little more
Oh,
liability. So, let's see here. Byron has a really good point. If there was actually a company that came here just to rent out tents for vehicles, they'd make bank on a show like this.
Tomorrow.
So go for it, Byron. You should do it. Just buy a bunch of them and rent them out on Saturday.
No, tomorrow morning.
If you need just like a basic 10x10, we probably got an extra. We'll have at our booth.
It'll be
I can hook him up with.
quick thing.
Well, we're not bringing the BMW this year.
If they were
No,
But we
BMW's
are-
tore apart right
We
now.
are going to bring the side by side.
Yeah, both side by sides are going. The 650 will be there. Project SPL will be there.
Yep.
Roger.
And for the Sundown booth, that's probably gonna be it.
You gonna keep the mud on yours? You gonna clean it off?
I
first?
don't know. Brandon was out there
keep it
rinsing
muddy.
off the company one. I was like, so I grabbed it and rinsed my windshield off, and then I rinsed a few wheels off. I'm like, maybe I'll get out here tomorrow and power
keep
wash
it
it.
muddy, dude.
Well,
that's what it's all
right,
about.
So I'll say it here. So like, I got the two girls coming for the weekend,
Right.
and one of them should be here in the morning. And they both have expressed they're cool with bikinis at the show and taking pictures and videos. So I'm thinking maybe if I can talk to the one girl when she shows up tomorrow to jump in her bikini and maybe starting to wash the side by side, and I can do some
There
video
you go.
and pictures of that.
There you
Because
go.
I switched it out. I used to have a Saya
That's
3500 on
BB.
it.
BB will be
and,
here tomorrow.
Yeah. So I switched out to the SDX to show off, the more power sport stuff, since those are waterproof. So I want to do a video showing like, hey, I've got this amp in here, it's hooked up, everything's playing. I'm gonna get in there with a power washer and blast it to show like, yeah, they're rated for this. You can do this to them. They'll
Good
take
idea,
it.
Derek.
And I figured
Look
like,
at
why not get a girl in a bikini in there at the same time,
It's even better.
Yep.
So I'm just saying that's my goal for tomorrow.
Go for it. I understand.
Let's see, Hot Shot. What all stuff is JP selling at the booth tomorrow? All Sundown stuff and some Down for Sound stuff, really. So
Yeah, you're supposed to give me a list if you needed something from here. I ain't seen no list
I
yet.
sent it over.
Just saying.
Just now.
Yeah, I just
You just hit his button right
yeah,
now.
there it is. But yeah, we'll try to obviously have a ton of Sundown stuff there.
Are you bringing your Tahoe?
Yeah. So yeah, we're just talking about.
Are
that.
you planning on bringing a Tahoe to Surf City after that?
Hell no.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That'd be a
I
ride.
think Roderick would be
Right.
He'd be like, "Really, bro?"
Yeah, but how about this though?
He'd
would
probably
be-
do it though.
But he
Oh, he
would really enjoy himself there. It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
place.
It's definitely a beautiful place, and he would do it too. Like
I know.
some of the greatest people like I've ever had the
Guys-
pleasure of meeting.
Guy's like dedicated. He's on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
No, while we're talking
He's
about
always
it,
got a smile on his face.
if Roger gets here tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
and y'all want to go to the track tomorrow and go ahead and drop some stuff off and start to set some stuff up,
Yeah.
we can do that on Friday.
Yeah, Daniel
So
Powell and James
anybody
Bales
I know
are
that's
going to
be
do
here
that.
tomorrow and wants to go ahead and get a jump start and get some stuff dropped off and set
come on
up,
in.
because I'm gonna try and do the same thing for us.
Yeah. I
Thomas,
gotta get that.
come
I gotta
on.
get that corner.
You're gonna have to fight Scotty, because if y'all try to do the setups I think y'all are trying to do this year, there ain't gonna be enough
Like the
room.
whole front thing
I,
right
I-
there.
Yeah.
I said that as a joke, and then you sent me over the list of the cars that are going to be in your booth. I'm like, yeah, I really don't think they're going to fit.
Might have
Relax.
to-
All right, bro, you got here late.
Scotty's got an airlift in another racetrack for
Right.
us.
Just have a helicopter bring it over here. Just drop it in
Gonna
there.
do it Magneto style with the stadium.
Yeah.
Thomas, I got beer if you want to come in and hang out.
Steven Inglade asked JP about that warehouse he went to the other day. You missed it, bro.
Oh, yeah,
I just
yeah,
had
yeah.
that story.
Yeah, we got
time.
it.
Yeah.
Mr. Technical, what's up, JP? What's up, man? Yeah, if y'all have any questions for me or anybody else here, that's why we're here.
And we got Mr. Nick right out in the hallway.
Actually,
I have-
Human, bro.
Being
I have
all
not
aloof.
heard from
he's
Mech
being
Man.
he's being shy. He doesn't want to come hang out. Hey, Ethan, are you able to repair SAM amps with how little they are and little bits that go on with them?
It's not the little part. It's they've got a really thick coating on them.
Okay.
And it makes it like horrible to try to repair
Yeah,
them.
probably
I
just be
bet.
better off reboarding them.
Yeah, those are probably
Throw
the
'em in the
only ones
trash.
that I wouldn't even bother trying to. We did try to repair a few, and this was a nightmare.
So,
So,
Yeah.
Is
okay.
it just trying
Well,
to
we'll
get
get boards
trying to
for him then.
Trying to get
We'll
that
get
resin
You're
off?
not going to like the new ones either.
No, any of the SAM
Yeah, the
amps.
SDX, the SAM V2s, they all have the coated boards. That's part of the water resistance.
It's a different coating on the SDX though.
Yeah.
SDX isn't as thick as the SAM, and I think that we haven't messed with many SDX, but they should be more repairable. But the SAMs are.
Yeah, that one's like a painted on, and
It is.
and the SAM is like submerged.
It's
Yeah.
thick.
Yeah, I've
She
seen
thick
those.
with 3 C's.
JP, how are I've saw that you've had some issues with the team woofers. Have we resolved that yet, or has your
We're working on
situation
it.
I
fixed?
think we're gonna figure that out tomorrow.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
to fix. JP is like really doing some serious R&D for me over here.
Right.
Like
Well,
unbelievable 450-degree temperature reached on the former cap,
Yeah.
and the subs didn't
Like,
even blow until
last show was heat wave.
Yeah.
How just in general, how hot was it heat wave?
Oh,
Like,
it was
it was
insane.
100 plus.
Yeah, it was 100 plus, and
Ugh.
humidity 140.
That's
percent
450-degree Fahrenheit epoxy melted.
Yeah. So to give y'all an idea of like how most people that when they blow a sub or something in the general public, they're always trying to point a finger at somebody else or something else that caused it and not take responsibility for it. I know this is stuff that I'm causing, and I know what I'm running.
Well, we're
is,
clearly using you as a guinea pig to see
Oh, yeah,
how
for
far
sure.
they can go.
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
why we haven't released those woofers yet. We
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
see where how far
When
we can
they
push
pass
them.
the JP test, they'll come out. That's the new answer.
yeah. If
Yeah.
you melt 450-degree epoxy, it's
That's
that goes
incredible.
bang.
Like I'm
Yeah,
impressed.
that,
Like
that they're not slinking.
that the
I
coil
understand.
is still there, and like the triple joints. I was like,
That's
man,
impressive.
holy shit, this
Yeah.
is amazing.
The big
Oh, for
old
sure.
2-pound copper coils.
Yeah.
I want to go get that thing.
The only
If y'all
other-
check my social media, you'll see a picture of my voice coil that is inside of my subwoofers.
It's a beast.
Yeah, I'm holding it like this or by my head or something. Actually, I got it on my phone. I can put it on that camera real quick.
yeah,
so they can see.
we had a Daniel Powell managed to melt the former cap.
The ABS ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I had to go to
And
aluminum.
that's- and that's something that takes a lot of temperature to do.
Yeah, that's actually like 300 some
It's a
degrees
big 'un.
Fahrenheit.
It is a big one.
And they turned into a puddle of liquid plastic.
Yeah.
And that's when I started making the aluminum ones with the 400,
Right.
with the 450 degree epoxy, which nobody else has melted the 450 degree epoxy, but that was 3-inch coil.
Look at this guy.
And then now JP is like, he's like, hold my beer.
Oh, no doubt. There's some people out there that are definitely pushing the limits of what some of the product can do.
Because
we-
like, anybody else would be like, it's 450 degree epoxy. I think that's good enough. Like, but me, I'm like, nah.
No,
We got to
bro,
make it
we
so
gotta-
JP can't melt it.
Yeah, I definitely want to get it to where it's the voice coil failing,
Yeah.
not the other things. Because
Yeah.
I feel like, so when
I
we
could make
first-
the cooling worse for you, so that would go first.
Yeah, there you go.
If it was,
So I'll do that.
I'll be a hater for a minute. If it was another manufacturer sub, yeah, the coil would have probably popped way faster.
I don't think there's anybody out there with a coil that heavy that's more than 4 inches.
Oh, not like
It's
that.
less than 4
Not
inches.
like that
That's,
team
that's
coil.
an insane coil. It's like the coil factory is like, the hell you want?
right.
And they're like, these coils are going to cost a lot of money. I was like, I know. Make them.
Yeah.
So to show y'all this again, y'all know how big my head is. I mean, clearly,
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
this thing is
yeah, that's
almost, it's
that's
almost
the
as big as my head.
You got like
that's
this.
that's the 4x4 coil too. So
Yeah.
it's 4-inch winding height and 4-inch diameter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
solid copper. You can probably scrap that thing and get $60.
Right? Take that thing to the scrapyard.
Yeah, that's the most expensive coil that we make.
Yeah, so I know like they're doing these things and we're like prototyping these subs and like trying to put them through the ringer to make them where they'll take absolutely everything that I mean if I get them to where it's hard for me to have an issue with them, like the person running them at somewhat RMS power and like what they're supposed to be doing shouldn't be
I'm
any
pretty proud
issue
about it, but
whatsoever.
you said you were able to play them like basically all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With it being so the outside temperature being so insanely hot from the get go,
Yeah.
like it was crazy for me. Like for them to last that long. I mean, a lot of times like the other Neo subs that we had in there prior to this model. I know, like we kind of got them right. I want to say like right off the bat, like
Yeah.
because we did the pole plugs and stuff
Yep,
like that,
yep,
and like
yep.
they just worked great from the like right off the bat. I might have had an issue with like a couple in like a few years.
Yep.
So I mean, in
Right.
my book, with as much demoing I do, like that's a huge win. But like Jacob said, when we first started with these, you on paper everything can be better, and it should work better, but until you actually get it out there in the real world, like his shirt, the experience over everything, like
no doubt.
I think that they're capable of handling so much more power for longer periods of time that other things are starting to get weird.
Yeah.
You know, because like just straight off the bat, you should have gained like 1 to 2 dB, like just straight up.
Yeah.
And the amount of output per watt would have increased, so the actual absolute power handling would have went up. And then if you keep doing it because you're like, hell yeah, they're still playing.
Right.
Oh man, the heat that we're dealing with is like next level.
Oh yeah, it's
pretty awesome.
Yeah, we couldn't even. So I thought we only had an issue with one of the caps coming off, or one of the subs failing or whatever. So I'm like, we'll get in there and take the subs out and or take that sub out and we'll like demo again for that day. And they go to get like back there in the box, and literally the motor is so hot, like they can't even put their hands on it. It's so hot. So that should
oven
tell you,
mitt.
yeah, for sure. Like it's like I can get some t-shirts and stuff. I'm like, it ain't that big of a deal. I mean, we got like an hour left. So like, let's let it cool off overnight. And then we go in there the next day, and it's still like hot inside the box from just.
Jesse,
So that was like an 8-hour demo period.
Oh yeah. It was and. Extreme conditions. Like, I'm like, can we get more shows during the winter time, or like in the fall or something?
Yeah.
Where
My
it's like,
fat ass can't
it's like
handle this
60
heat
or 70
anymore.
degrees outside. Like that would be great. Like Surf City weather all the time. Like,
It is always nice out there. Yeah, it's like 70.
Hey, Hotshot, that's what we're talking about now. We're using JP's Tahoe to develop these things to make them like absolutely insanely bulletproof.
Yep.
And we're getting real close.
What do you
so
think?
if you fail one, there's no warranty.
Jake, what else do you think we can do to kind of alleviate the problem that he's having?
I've got a couple of things that are kind of secret.
Okay.
But the
It's
number one,
It's G14.
Talk about it.
There you
It's
go.
G14.
the number one thing that I can say
Top
is that
secret
we're going to go
clearance.
beyond 450 degree glue on the former caps.
Okay, I see what
I
you're
have a
doing.
500 degree glue coming in, and that glue is it's like it takes 24 hours to dry and everything, because if we want to go beyond 500, you actually have to bake it in an oven, and there's no way that we could do that.
Yeah.
I just turn it on for a while.
my thoughts are-
we'll heat them up.
My thoughts are with that former cap, maybe we can make the outside wall a little bit wider.
It's super hard for them to machine the depth much more than it's pretty deep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had a machine shop do it, and they were even concerned about machining it that deep, that narrow.
Right. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, because like I guess the bit is little, and for it to go in that far and turn around, it's like breaks bits.
Okay. Well, maybe just the
bit
outside wall,
breaker.
but not the inside wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they can get the outside wall to come down further, that's more glue surface area, because that's the part that goes around the coil anyway. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. But I have a couple other ideas that I'm gonna bop around the old cranium for a little while.
I like craniums.
Oh, if I see MN handcrafted, you trying to drop some depth on me, bro?
He is, man.
He loves
I
your
see.
growth, only your growth.
Oh, he's taking my questions that I ask at the dinner table when I'm with some people like Jacob and Scotty and stuff like that. Leave
JP's a
three-
grower, not a shower.
three truths behind. What would those be? I usually, as far as what though, like I mean, stuff that might be or seem true to me might not be exactly true. Are you like looking for?
It sounds
Like,
like
I
a
don't
really
know,
philosophical question.
JP, I have a question
Yeah,
for you.
or maybe I'm overthinking it.
Do you feel that you push it a little too far, social media wise? Who you are? Well, we know
Being
that
too transparent.
no, not transparency wise, but do you think you leap a little too far when it comes to certain things? You piss a lot of people off. You know, obviously, the whole haters thing.
Yeah.
Do you think you take that too far, or you use that on purpose? Because I will say, as a person, and I know you personally, I've known you for a while. You're not like that in person.
Yeah.
So is this an internet persona that the people see?
So if you've ever been like affected by something that I've said in a negative way, it's probably like engineered by
I
me.
got bad news for you.
Most of the time it's something that I've thought about and like came up with, because there's really nobody that's gonna push your name harder than somebody that, as sad as it is, hates you. Like they're gonna.
Right.
I mean, you have Sundown haters. Like they'll go on and on and
Oh
on
my
about
God.
how Sundown sucks and
Yeah,
this and
yeah.
that. It's the same
Look,
thing. So if I like,
every-
I
every
love my supporters for sure.
Hey,
I have
I
great
got a saying.
supporters.
It's like every time there's any versus battle, it's about another company, two other companies. Pick any random companies. There's a versus battle. Sundown's getting brought up somewhere
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Like Sundown is literally like
I
a
got something to say.
standard on the internet.
Yeah.
Everything
And
gets compared to
we don't
Sundown.
even try.
If you've been injured by anything, if you've been injured by anything that JP said on the internet, call 1-800 down for lawsuit. That's 1-800 down for lawsuit.
What's poppin', Thomas?
Um,
There you go.
That was so smooth.
Yeah.
let's see.
There's plenty of
3
beer in there.
truths that you
have some
feel
fun.
are important for growth, life, etc.
Just the 3 top out of everything.
of wisdom.
Oh man.
Man, for real, spring it on me like out of the blue. Growth. I do. I mean, I brought this up. I did a live video on this the other day. Is people celebrating their wins too fast? In my opinion, I try to learn a lot of my wisdom or gain it from other people's mistakes and other people's hardships, because in my opinion that's the best way to learn it is from somebody else's failures or losses. But
No doubt, not everybody can do that. Can learn from watching someone else's mistakes. A lot of people, they got to make the mistake themselves.
correct.
I'm that way.
The
personally,
problem is it's just like when you give somebody something and they didn't have to work for it. I compare those two things to in the same way, because if you give somebody something, for instance, like lottery winners, they win all this money, and what happens to 99% of them? They go broke like in no time, because they have no work or effort attached to that money. They just like paid for a lottery ticket and they won it and they blow it and it's gone within a couple of years or whatever. But if somebody had to go out and work their ass off to make this $1 million, like they have a shit ton of emotion and love and like blood, sweat, and tears attached.
You know
to
what?
this.
I gotta say, I'm pretty good at being kind of a cheap ass over the years and like not spending money that I shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
JP is the only guy I know that's probably even more than me with that.
Right.
You know, like he's like not buying anything fancy, nothing.
He still buys budget airline tickets.
It was.
No,
I've been in business for 15 years, and I finally just bought my first brand new truck for myself.
That's
Right.
awesome. Is that it?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a
I
sick
saw
truck.
it. We were pulling up. I'm
Beast.
like, damn, that's
It's
a
sick.
sick.
Yeah.
I should put a picture
15
of that
years
thing
in
on here.
business, and then I actually wasn't gonna just buy it, but then we got there, and my wife was with me, and she goes, "That's a badass truck. You should buy that." And I
I'll
was
take
like,
it.
"All right."
Hey, wife
awesome,
approved.
man. Proud
The
of you.
boss
for
has
it.
spoken.
Yeah, wife approved, dude. Go
I thought
for
I was
it.
gonna have to argue and fight over it. And she was
How
like,
many
"That's
vehicles did
badass.
you look
Buy
at?
that."
How many vehicles did you look at before she said that?
Well, we went to look at a Dodge truck first, which was more practical per se. Then we get there, and she's like, "It's nice, but this is an old man's truck to pull a horse trailer, so I don't think you need that." And I was like, "God damn it, now I can't buy
Sundown
it."
horse trailers.
I mean, you're gonna get some
That's
goats
awesome.
and chickens and
That's
shit soon, aren't
Yeah.
you?
A JP goat too. He's
Yeah.
already promised me. I gotta have my.
I'm totally
gonna
gonna
send
get
him a custom.
We'll have
collar
to
stuff.
we'll have to like get a stencil and I'll have to spray paint him with D4S from time to
Like
time.
this. Get a barber. Hold still now, Billy. I gotta shave this on the side of you right here.
So we'll let you go ahead from there.
But yeah, like that's one of my big things is people celebrating too soon, and I do like I'm far from perfect. I have many flaws, and I do have some luxuries. They may be small or whatever, but it's
But you're overall like you are very.
I
Like,
can see you
down
waking
earth.
up in the morning though, just be like, all right, I'm gonna start some shit today. What do we got to say?
I do sometimes for sure. Like I mean, when you know how to like pick a scab off of like a hater or like a group of these people and make them go and promote you, they think they're like killing you. They think I'm gonna put you out of business. I'm gonna make all these bad reviews. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
right.
blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, like I've been
No,
doing this for
it never works that
so
way.
long. Like
No.
I know how this works. So okay, go ahead and do that. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah.
in advance. But they think they're gonna put me out of business or
you're
whatever.
you're way better than me about not taking it personally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like and I
Yeah.
did
I've-
for
God,
a
I've been
while.
preaching that to Jake for years. Like, dude, don't take any of this
Jake,
personal.
I almost feel like you need to not be on Facebook and just let us handle the Sundown Facebook.
Well, I tell you what I do now because like I am trying to take this serious. If somebody's just talking shit with no basis, I just block them immediately.
Right.
Now, if someone's talking shit,
Just
and-
text me.
and there's like
I'll handle it.
and there's like a question involved. Like they're like, I'm mad because this. Then I'll try to help them. Like I'll
Right.
go out of my way. There's been a couple recently on Facebook that I personally took care of. But if somebody's like,
Why are
fuck,
all
fuck
the
Sundown
SFBs?
Audio, you know, and like,
Yeah.
God
I ain't
damn.
dealing with that. I ain't dealing with that. But if you have a
100%
legitimate
of
question,
SFBs come back.
you're like, oh, I had a problem with my product, and this is why I'm unhappy. Like, I'll try to do everything I can for you.
Yeah.
You know,
No, we see the guys that are like, oh, this amp is garbage and there's always issues. And then you approach them. It's like, well, hey, what issues you have? And they're like, oh, I didn't even own one. Like, but here you are.
My friend blew 48 of them and can't get none of them warranted.
Oh, yeah.
I got a 5K and I'm running 8 gauge
Yeah,
speaker
I
wire
got,
to
I got
the power
13
inputs.
teammates and they've
Dude,
blown,
that's a thing.
6 each.
That's a thing.
I know. Believe me, like
So-
you forget that I sell these, so I
Alright.
deal with it too. I see these pictures. I'm like,
We have had a
Oh,
couple
Lord.
people locally who just decide to show up, okay? And I'll be nice and I'll go look at their system. because usually it's an SFB or a woofer or some bullshit that's blown, and they want to bring it in, and they want to warranty it, and they don't want to pay the shipping, and they just show up here. I get a little pissy with them, but it's whatever. I go outside, I look at their shit. It's like a self tapper for like a ground
Yeah.
For an 8K.
8 gauge wire. I'm
No
like,
paint stripped off, right?
It's
just straight on the paint.
It's an SFB AK. They've got
stock electrical.
Stock electrical. I'm like,
4 gauge power
this
wire.
Is, this
Oh,
is
God,
what
don't-
did it.
Yeah, when those stimulus checks hit that last time, 8Ks.
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys got to
Dude, I
put
swear to
both
God, we
power
sold
wires
like
in this
5,000 of those things.
Jake, that's a question. They asked that.
You got to
question.
put both power wires in this. It's
Yes.
an 8K.
Dude, the picture
the
that
size.
the picture
It's
that got
all-
posted with like the 18 gauge power and ground
Yeah.
wire, that was a real picture.
Yeah.
Somebody really did that.
Yeah.
Like,
And they
you
didn't even
need-
hook 2 up. They just had one set to an 8K.
It's like this amp can draw 600 amps. Like it needs both of those wires.
It's rough,
I had
man.
like one of my first installs that I had like in the Tahoe back in the day. It was like 4 RD15s and 4 of their D9 amps or their 5Ks.
I remember that. Yeah.
And they like the shop did a nice clean install, trimmed it off, put the amps between the 2 front seats and everything. And I don't know, something was going on with it one day, and I took the little cover off of the front where the power wires going in there. They had one 0 gauge going up to a copper like water fitting that split off into 2 and went into the amp. I'm like, I don't know whether to be pissed or impressed. Like this,
I thought it
like,
looked cool.
Right? Oh, yeah.
it's better than you ever seen the ones where they'll run the single 1/0 to the dual input amp and then they jumper them.
Yeah.
You ever seen
No,
those?
no,
That's
no,
their
no.
out. That's their out. Yeah?
They literally have
Get
a,
out.
it's
All
like
right,
a
all right,
pass through to itself.
That's their distribution block.
We made
Comes
a,
with an amp.
We made a little tangent. JP's got to get 2 more truths on us here.
Oh, 2 more already? Man. I don't know.
Put him back on the
On
spot.
to the next one. I wasn't ready. I feel like they all pertain to like. Oh, this is a good one. So, obviously, a lot of people know that I'm like really transparent about like the growth of Down for Sound and like everything that I have going on from wins and losses and everything like that. Most people do see the wins because like luckily getting into like being in business for a longer time and trying to pay attention, like you tend to get luckier more often than like hopefully failing. Like you're learning from your mistakes.
Right.
But I don't know. It's kind of hard to I guess paint the picture of that for somebody that might just like be starting, because you have, when you're first starting, it's hard for you to see things that you can when you're further down the road in your business like ventures.
yeah.
Because like, I mean, obviously I try to share all kinds of things with people, but some of them just don't get it, or it comes off as like bragging or whatever. I'm like, I'm trying to help you. Like, like you literally want to grab
Yeah,
these people
they-
and like,
they take it as,
listen
like-
to me.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I have conversations with Jacob, or like my number one mentor is Scotty Johnson at Excess Power. Like so shout out
The
to
dad is always the first mentor. here.
right. But I have I bounce ideas off of Jacob, Nick at Incriminator. Like there's several people that I talk with that when I was first getting started, I know Scotty makes the joke now that he's like, JP used to call me for advice all the time, and now I'm calling him for advice or whatever. Like, I mean, so it's good to know he values my input and on what he might have going on or whatever. Like that's cool. But if you have somebody that is willing to help you, like a mentor or something, and this is what I brought up when we were at dinner in Knoxville the other night. Like, you really need to listen to them like in depth. Like, so when I'm having a conversation with him, like I won't pick up my phone. Like, I won't be looking at it. Like, I'm like 100% focused in this.
Yeah.
Because these people, most of the time, even if it's not in the same exact business, like you do dog grooming, we do speakers or whatever, like there's going to be some overlap somewhere there.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you can
absolutely.
take it and implement something into your business that'll save you somehow.
Get those truth nuggets.
Yeah. So
like nuggets.
that's the thing. Like, a lot of people just don't. I just don't think that they realize the value of like what somebody is telling them.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody like a mentor that has been through what you're looking to get into, or it's just a business you're looking
People
to
have
get into.
have short attention
Yeah.
spans.
Yeah.
now.
Most people listen to respond, not to absorb.
And I'm guilty of that as well. Like, I think everybody is.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so if you have somebody who's willing to help you, like, listen to them, and then if you want to, if you're having this conversation with them, obviously you value them and their input and like what they have to say. So the thing that would make them the happiest is them seeing you apply what they're telling you. Because if you don't, like, and you keep having the same issue over and over that you're trying to address, the person that you're going to for your mentoring or your help is just going to be like, why am I wasting my time? You're coming to me.
Remember I told you about my mentor, Dan.
Right.
He's like that. Like, he'll give me a pop quiz when I see him the next time.
Uh-huh.
He's like, remember that thing I told you? How'd that work out? And I better have a good answer for him.
Right. They put you on probation.
Yeah, he will. And
Or
he's
he
like,
ain't telling you shit after
and
that.
then Dan's funny. He'll fish with something. He'll be like, I'm going to tell you something. It's top secret. And then he'll ask around if anybody, if he hears that coming out of someone else's mouth, you're shut off. And I've never said the secret shit that Dan's told me ever.
That's awesome.
There's so many secret things. I'm like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. But he told me I can't tell anybody.
Like, wait, I got to make sure I don't ever say
Yeah, I was like, no, I know he's gonna find out.
Probably
You
don't
know?
even tell us.
Right.
No,
We work here.
dude, there's so many things that Dan's told me I can't talk about.
That's awesome.
But I appreciate it and I
It's
respect
about
that.
the government, about UFOs.
Back when I did a lot of the changes at Sundown,
bloop.
it was like 2015-ish when we changed a lot of our map and all that stuff. That was because Dan. Dan was like, what's the problem that you're having? I was like, well, I just don't have product to sell. He's like, why? Well, because it's all sold. So what you're telling me is you're selling more stuff than you get in the building? Yeah. It's too cheap. And I was like, well, like, Dan, like, I don't want to, like, he's like, then what are you going to do?
Right.
I don't know. He's like, then do it.
Do it. I don't know.
And that was
People
the
will buy
that
it.
was the single best piece
They're
of
gonna
advice. He's-
bitch,
It's
but they're
basically
gonna buy it anyway.
don't undersell yourself.
Yeah, they're gonna bitch about it, but they're gonna buy it anyway.
He's like, why do you sell your product? Well, I think my product's better. Okay, then why is it so cheap?
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, I got you.
yeah,
Right.
You know,
Well, now you're going to have people on Facebook saying Jacob Fuller raised prices just because.
yeah, so be it.
Because
they're
it's
gonna,
worth it.
They're gonna they're
Yeah.
gonna say
Make
that
clear.
no matter what. I could cut the
Because
prices.
it's worth it.
I cut the prices in half.
Still
and people
overpriced.
Still say that shit.
That's so
That's just one of the things that
I mean,
I
we,
really
we just had to
fucking
raise
hate
our
hearing.
prices 10% on August 1st, and there's still people buying shit. So you know,
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, we
and
actually
that was minimal compared to what most other companies did.
Yeah.
Most other companies were like 20, 25, 30%. And we only did 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, it'll have to be 10 again in a couple months if things don't return normal. But if they do, I won't
Has
raise
there-
them. You know,
has
I'm
there
only
been
going to raise them if
any-
I have to.
has there been any talk of possibly the tariffs getting lowered? a little
Absolutely zero so
Hell
far.
no.
bit? Of
No,
course
they're-
not.
They're probably going to go the other way
They'll
next
give
year.
a shit.
75%.
At least they haven't
import
raised.
tariff.
They haven't raised, so I'm just like, oh, thank you.
So
thank
there's
you.
your thing. It doesn't matter who's in the office. It doesn't matter. Just saying. Just saying,
Oh,
bro.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I got 2 cents on that,
Oh,
too.
I mean,
if you're...
Yeah, the money's already there. They're not going to say, "Oh, we
Right.
don't need this money anymore. Go ahead and
Yeah.
reduce
The
that."
work's already
and
been
don't
done
give
for
us
them,
that
you
money.
know?
I got 25
They're,
cents on that.
they're
but
not
I'm
going to
gonna
go back.
Put that in my pocket.
right.
Jake, we're gonna need you to start talking to your congressman
Yeah, I was actually planning to start doing that.
and explain to them what
About
fucks
that
up.
because, like, it was like, hey, do you guys want to combat some inflation? Guess what? Take these.
I know
little
you're a
things
big
right
Andrew
here.
Yang fan. Maybe you talk to Andrew and
Yeah.
see what the hell, we'll get him on the show.
Well, he's on this.
Let's
He's
talk
on
about it.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I think he might.
If
be
I
a
got
little,
Andrew Yang on this
he might
show,
be a little too famous for us.
Nah, he ain't too famous for us,
You're right. Might be too busy though.
probably. But he was hanging around with Dave Chappelle, and they were going all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's funny.
So what-
Third thing.
Third thing.
Family, relationships, business. Like
Relations.
that's my stack. The way that
I just heard relations. Sorry.
Yeah, relationships.
Family
So,
top, right?
Yeah, family on the top, and then next is relationships. To me, like relationships that you have with people,
Right.
whether it's business owners or other people, is way more valuable than like money that you can make. I know if you're first getting started in business or whatever, like a lot of people are just getting into it for money, but you figure out one day that like the relationships that you have with people and knowing that you can count on them, depend on them, and they'll
Yeah.
be there for you is way more valuable than the whatever money you're making. And I mean, shout out to Jacob. Obviously, like he's big on relationships, and a lot of the other guys that I do business with
Yeah.
and sell their product for as well. One of them, Death Bonds. The guys down there, like they do, like they've always treated me like great, but I had a conversation with them the last time that they were in Miami. Like the main guy, Dennis from that lives in Russia and started the company. We were like sitting down and talking, and he's like, man, I wanted to talk with you about like everything that's going on, and like he's like, I know you sell like a lot of product for us and everything, but the thing that's most important to me is the relationship that I have with you, and like that just like sat like on me like a lot. I'm like, man, I feel the same exact way.
Right.
Like that's like my mantra. Like I say the same exact thing. It's like we'll continue to grow for sure, and the money will grow right alongside of it. But if we have great relationships, and we know I'm going to represent the brand, whatever brand it is, I'm going to represent the brand as best as possible, and I'm going to bring as much value as I can to you, like that. You know that the relationship is more important. I want people to feel that like I've done so much for Sundown or what XYZ brand that like they're like, man, we see this like over the years, like we could never like pay you enough for that, whatever. Like I want to always be providing as much value as I can to like these people, because like especially for Jacob, like he was one of the first people that took a chance on me being like a dealer of his product and everything like that. And I know that was like David Moore had a lot of weight on that.
David.
So shout out to David Moore. Who knows? Like it might have been a totally different road if that conversation wouldn't have been had. But again, like that conversation was had for him to like talk to Jacob about like I think he can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's like, I don't see like there's something about JP like he outworks everybody I know. Like he's gonna do like a great job or something.
He was basically like, JP's going somewhere, bro. You should deal with him.
Yeah.
And I was, and again, relationships. I have a good relationship with David. I've known him for a long time. I really trust him.
Right.
And he's one of the, as far as I'm concerned, one of the titans of the car audio industry. Just because of the influence he's had.
I don't think he's ever been to our show.
He'll be here. He's coming.
No shit.
Oh,
He'll be here. Yep.
Well,
gotta get him on here.
Yeah, I already talked to him. Got him set up with a
definitely
vendor spot.
the greatest subwoofer builder of all time.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Totally.
No doubt.
He's building a subwoofer. This guy is like,
We should
it's
make
incredible.
him do it. We should make him do it with his eyes like blindfolded.
Well,
or something.
we watched him rebuild one of my subs at SBN one year that I went on to win a championship with.
Yeah.
It was like a random story of a faulty DMM, and I effed up a sub, like literally practicing before going in the lanes, and watching him with a damn near just a little razor blade.
He had just a blade in his hand.
Yeah, he went full Edward Scissorhands and Ginsu'd this sub and threw some shit together, and then I went and won a championship with it.
I can do
awesome.
this. I can do this now, but at the time it was like magic. He pushed on that sub. He's like, it's about 3 of my spiders. And it was perfect. Like you couldn't tell the difference between them subs. And when I was talking to my mentor, Dan, he knows David. And he goes, let's talk about your build room. Let's talk about efficiency. He's like, let's face it, not everybody's David Moore. You're going to need a bunch of people back there. Like, he's like, you know,
even know him.
He can build 1,000 subs in a week, but nobody else can.
Right.
Yeah. Ronco, to answer your question, that would have to definitely be our SA series. Most widely bought woofer we've ever created. That would be SA Classic. Now we got the version 2s, and they're definitely ramping up in sales too. So
Punchy and lows. I mean, the U series, they're gonna have a similar sound, handle more power.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the U series.
I love the U series.
Those are my new all-time favorite.
SA and U, they sound very similar. U's gonna be a little bit louder.
And no matter what Brett says, no matter what Skip01 says, the U is better than the ZV3.
Yeah, U is like
No matter
if you
what.
took a ZV3 and you gave it all the current updates, you get the U.
And
That's
it costs less money than the ZV3 cost 10 years ago.
Bam, got you right
Like
there.
it's what finally pulled me away from the ZV2. ZV2
Yeah.
was my all-time favorite. Efficient, great sub. Now the U, I got to play with them. I'm like, holy cow!
It's almost like Neo performance.
Only sub to go head-to-head with a Neo for a fraction of the price.
Yeah, this
Just
is
the
like
Neo can keep getting louder, where the U will start to top off at a
It's
certain
like
point.
a $500 sub, and it will compete with a lot of like $1,000 subs in SPL.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I see
how
Black
it will.
Panther. Does anyone make a 6-channel 150 or 200 watt RMS amp? The Salt 200 point. No,
That's like it's like 100 by 2, 150 by 2, 200 by 2, I believe.
And then
It's a
was it
beast.
1,200 on.
Yeah,
So-
it'll run down to 1 ohm per channel on the last channels. Yeah.
Yeah. I did buy a pair. Okay. Well, we're gonna cut it here. Thomas.
Nick Wright didn't even come on.
No,
Dang,
I
Nick.
want you to take us out this evening since you haven't said a word.
See you later.
Peace.
All right, everybody, have a good evening. Take care of yourselves.
See you.
I didn't.